Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. And off we go from Denver. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll begin on the ground here with Abanikanda. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On 2nd down, it's Abanikanda. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. When you look at this Bronco defense, they enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
On play action, Lawrence work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. This is J.K. Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Broncos. Jalen Waddle. 82 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me, because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2nd and 7. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They go play action with Lawrence. Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown, Jaguars. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 60. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll go again with Abanikanda. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 17-7 to score on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Harvey. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Broncos hit 9-3 here on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Off the play fake, Nix. A short throw to Ingram, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Nix now on 1st and 10. He targets Ingram for another grab. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They go play action now. Lawrence. That would complete downfield to Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Off the play fake, here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that will bring up second down. On play action, here's Nix. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 48 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Dobbins will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here?
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play action. It's Lawrence. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before break. Nix. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
It's a pick up the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
26, Mike. Let's go.
Now it's Nix. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action.
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try again. They'll fight for the end zone, but they will stop him again. Shy of the goal line. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop him for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz with the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The throw right sideline here is complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. On the handoff, Abanikanda. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Abanikanda once again.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
That is caught. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
The give now to Abanikanda.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Alex Singleton.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain.
There he goes, left side.
Down the left sideline.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the night.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a two-score deficit.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now Lawrence to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking long for Thomas. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Brian Thomas, 50 yards. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Reed Blankenship.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Nix to the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Harvey. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Nix. Left side to Lamb.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Harvey.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. He will push his way down to about the 14.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
To throw, here's Nix.
Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Here's Lawrence.
Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
Down the sideline he goes.
And finally down at the 9-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
They're going. It's Nix.
And it's incomplete.